Hello YouTube, it's I, the Crazy Dad, coming at you for VEDS Day 6. You know, I really should stop doing that, because that just reminds me of whenever you've watched American Idol and they're like, call so-and-so at blah 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 blah, and the person's like, 5. Anyways, so today I realized what time it was. I looked at the time and went, oh my god, I haven't vlogged today because I've just been like crazy busy as usual around here. Took the kids for a swim, and that was great, even though the water was frigidly cold, like Antarctica. It took both Amanda and I a bit of time to get used to it. More Amanda than I. But Xander had no problem just jumping in and, you know, going full throttle for it. So today's topic is one that I thought about, that I wanted to cover for a while. And that is the benefits and disadvantages, in my opinion, to Mac versus, I should correct myself, excuse me, iPhone versus an Android device. And it doesn't matter what Android device you have. I'm specifically probably looking at more the ones that have the newer operating system, ice cream sandwich, versus Apple. So of course, right off the top, big one for Apple is you have their dedicated program Siri, which is all voice-activated commands and what have you. Lots of that, lots of different applications similar to that on Android. When it comes to applications, as far as Apple is concerned, this is where I feel Android has a added edge. So with Apple, you've got, of course, their App Store, excuse me, and you know, most programs are going to range anywhere from 99 cents and up. I believe there are some that are free, possibly. I don't know. I've never owned an iPhone, so I have no idea. So if that's possible, if there are free apps on in the App Store, leave a comment down below and let me know. However, with Android, with their Google Play Store, there are a lot of free apps. And that's the big difference between the App Store and Google Play Store, is the fact that when it comes to development, with Apple, you have all these hoops and red tape and all these other things that you need to go through as a developer in order to be able to make a product to go on the App Store. Whereas with the Google Play Store, it's open source, sort of like Linux. Therefore, you know, anybody can create for it. Now, that being said, there of course are going to be some pretty crappy apps out there sometimes, but that's what it's all about, is when you're a developer, you create programs, and if it works, great, and you tweak it, and you add to it, and you fix it, and change it, etc., etc., right? So you don't have all that red tape like you do with Apple when it comes to Android. The big thing for me, one of the main reasons that I stay away from Apple, again, keep this in perspective, guys. This is all my personal opinion. Okay, so obviously everybody's going to have a different opinion than mine, and that's fine. That's great. I know there are people out there that swear by Apple and what have you. Okay, the big thing from a hardware aspect is they will not go higher than 3.5 inches for their screen size. Whereas with my phone, I've got the Google Nexus and it's 4.7, right? And that actually is kind of funny if you think about it, because back in the day, in the 90s and stuff, they were the huge brick phones and everything, and then they got smaller and smaller and smaller, and now they're going to get back up. Anyways, so I'm getting off topic here. So again, iPhone, they have very small screen. Android devices typically you're going to find larger screens on them. And as far as screens themselves go, I'm not 100% sure. I believe Apple, it uses the Retina display, and then of course, depending on the Android device, it's usually a TFT L-mode type screen, and you know, they're obviously both going to be in HD and what have you. The new iPhone 5 is coming out soon, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of things they've changed, what they've tweaked. For all those people out there that are Apple lovers, I really, really am praying and hoping for you guys that it's not just another rip-off of the iPhone 4S. I mean, that was just, you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of going from like Windows XP to Millennium. No, let me rephrase that. That's like going from Millennium to XP. Both were crappy operating systems, in my opinion, and they basically just kind of ripped off each other. They took stuff from there, moved it over here, and what have you, right? So, you know, I know, and I'm going to make this a quick video today because yesterday's was a 21-minute video. I'm sure that there are, you know, people out there that are probably thinking, you don't know what you're talking about, you're an idiot, blah blah blah. You know, well, you know what? I'm not a product reviewer tech-wise like a lot of the other channels are. Okay, I'm basing it on my own research and what have you. So I know that there's probably lots of other when it comes to the hardware internally, differences between the two of them when it gets down to the nitty-gritty aspects of stuff. For me, when it just boils down to it at the end of the day, I like my Android. That is one thing though that Apple has made it easier with their iCloud, where you just take a picture, boom, it's there, right? I'm sure there are other ways around it with Android. But it seems to me that, in a way, Google is a little bit higher as far as getting out new operating system updates quicker than, say, Apple. Now, I could be completely wrong on that. Drop a comment down below if I am. You know, again, I'm basing everything on my own research, but that's just from what I have observed. And at the end of the day, if you don't like either product, then you can go and buy a BlackBerry. Wouldn't touch one of those with a 10-foot pole. Screens are like that big, and you're sitting there going, yeah, no, thank you. Anyways, guys, I am the Crazy Dad. Stay crazy. It's a short one. Don't forget to rate, comment, share, and subscribe to the Crazy Dad channel. And we'll see you tomorrow for day 7. I've almost completed a whole week. Think I can go the whole 30 days? 31 days, actually. There's 31 days in this month, I believe. Yes. 30 days after 31 days. Yeah. There are. Anyways. See you guys later.